After some technical difficulties,
Fifth time.
I think we're ready.
Okay, let's do it this quick.
Welcome back to Coffee on the Dark Side.
The fifth try.
I think I've done this every time differently
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Let's hope that this one is the last one that I have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
End of the episode.
End of the episode after 5 tries of trying to put this shit to work. We're done. We're not gonna talk anything. We're just gonna drop this 1 minute of sound file.
There's just not even coffee anymore. It's just the dark side.
Yeah. The dark side of coffee. Too much energy, too lack of patience.
Let's do this.
Okay.
So, first order of the business today.
Technical difficulties.
That was on the coffee talk. On the Star Wars talk, there's the
Technical difficulties too.
There's the news that the Game of Thrones guys just
quit
the trilogy they had.
How is the song?
Anyway.
Goodbye. I'm leaving you today.
Oh, that's from Korn.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Yeah, that's it.
Goodbye. Basically, that's what the brothers said to the Star
They're
Wars.
Brothers?
They're all.
Are they brothers? I have absolutely no clue.
I think
know
they're actually brothers.
You're confusing with the Matrix guys. Not that they're girls now.
Oh yeah.
The Wachowski brothers. Now they're the Wachowski sisters.
Yeah.
I think.
That's a hell of a Matrix.
Well,
Matrix.
Shit happens, bro. But yeah, regarding the Game of Thrones guys. Apparently, they left. From what I understood, they left. They weren't fired. They left.
Where, my friend?
Because they took like a project on Netflix. And since that, now they're going for Netflix, I completely forgot about them again. I never heard about them until somebody told me that they were from the Game of Thrones. I would, if they did a Shrek movie, I would watch it. Because it's Shrek. That's it.
And the story is already written. So they only needed to direct it.
Yeah. I've heard that they were going to make another Shrek. But
Shrek the 5th.
I don't know if it's confirmed or not. Still, the Game of Thrones guys. Apparently they're going for Netflix. I don't know if they're going to write it and direct it, if they're just going to direct it.
If they're just gonna write it.
If they're going to write it, it's going to be a total disaster. They can't write for shit. I was watching some scenes from the last seasons of Game of Thrones. A show that I personally do not enjoy. But I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Just to see how bad they are. Because people told me that they are horrible at like writing original stuff. They're good at adapting. Going original, not so much. And it's what's one of the most cringy things I've heard in a long, long time.
In the galaxy, close minutes.
But what's going to happen? I think that the movies are still going to come out in those dates. But maybe they're bringing Rian Johnson's trilogy.
Hello, Ryan.
To those dates. Maybe that's what they're going to do. I have absolutely no idea of what could happen. But this is my theory.
It's a possibility.
I think that realistically speaking, right now, it's only the only possibility. I think realistically, based on what we have today.
On the knowledge we have today.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you think of this because you were like caught off guard yesterday when I told you.
I think it's like
And
I would laugh
and
more.
you're speaking like a Game of Thrones fan because I think that you actually enjoyed the show.
I enjoyed the show. On compare that most fans who didn't like the last season. I liked the last season, um, and I'm hated for that. Uh, technical difficulties number 6. Sorry, moving on. I liked the last season. I understand the turns they took on the last season. I was not really happy with the news of them directing a trilogy for Star Wars. Not because of what they did, more like currently and in the last few years, I've been enjoying more movies out of the box, like the guy who did Hereditary and Midsummer. It's a new point of view on the spectrum of directors, and always hiring the ones who are known. I think it's not the wisest choice, you know. And I would and due to, in concern to the news, I would find more funny if it was Star Wars firing them, not them going away, because it would be a cringe cry across the planet Earth to all the fans who complained they ended the last season too fast for the Star Wars project, and now they were gonna be released of their duties.
But
That was not the case.
no, we don't know that because what we know is that I think they're going for Netflix.
Yeah.
But we can't be sure if they're the ones who left. We can't be sure
If they weren't fired.
if they were fired because they were under contract and took another project without without notifying Lucasfilms.
Yeah.
Well, there's a whole spectrum of possibility, and to be honest, I haven't read a lot of news on this.
Yeah.
I haven't read a lot of articles on this. I kind of just read the basic just to prepare for this episode.
The only thing I find is funny, it's concern not related to the cringe cries across the internet. You know.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
Because
it's the only thing I can grab this news by. It's the cringe cries.
because the Game of Thrones community is it's kind of like the Star Wars one. It's very toxic, I think. There's people who are actually nice, like they're not trying to be dicks.
Mm-hmm.
They like discuss the things without being the proverbial bag of dicks. But then there's the ones that just complain about everything. It's like comparing them to the so-called man babies from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because there are like a lot of people who call the others man babies because of this new trilogy. I don't get why, because people are entitled to their own opinion.
One thing now that I think of it, now that I think about it, I find funny the the group of fans for Star Trek are probably the most nicest one.
Yeah, the
You
most
know,
wholesome.
the most wholesome. You have Stargate, but at the point, even Stargate fans were disappointed with Stargate, like the later seasons. Then you have Star Trek. Okay, they always complain about Deep Space Nine and all that, but with the new shows, for example, they added a little bit of craziness and space jumps and all that, and I don't hear the community complain about it.
I think that the Star Trek community is more open to doing to different takes on stuff.
And even a friend of mine, she prefers Star Trek way more than Star Wars. We have this internal fight between us. Me defending Star Wars, she defending Star Trek. It's like just
It's
a funny thing.
It's a
we do this.
never-ending story that
Exactly.
keeps you going.
But we do this just for the comedy of it, and I lost myself.
Star Trek?
The movies done by Michael Bay. I think it was Michael Bay or J.J. Abrams.
I didn't know Michael Bay directed a Star Trek movie.
Yeah, it
to
was
be honest,
J.J.
yeah, it was JJ.
J.J. I was confusing
'Cause now
Star
you have-
Trek with
now
Star
you-
Tra-
now- because now
Transformers.
You have a basis of comparison between Star Trek and Star Wars because
JJ.
J.J. Abrams directed, I think, a couple of Star Trek movies,
2 or 3.
and J.J. Abrams is on his way to direct 2 Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of comparable on, at least on the approach he
Yeah.
took. Because okay, technically they're going to be very different movies. Visually, they're going to be very different movies. On terms of narrative, they're going to be very different movies. But on terms of approach to not source material, but approach to the legacy of both sagas, I think that's going to be very, very well comparable, I think.
But the thing she pointed to me was that the recent Star Trek movies on the big screen are like fan fictions. And she explained to me like they grabbed the start of the story and changed it around and put a thing and that and blah 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 blah, and was like, fuck, that makes sense. Like, generally sense, really actually sense.
If we're going to be honest, even Star Wars is kind of a fan fiction right now because the originals were all written by the same guy.
Yeah.
Which was the creator.
Yeah.
The prequels are all written by the same guy.
Yeah.
Which was the creator.
Yeah.
But now you have already 5 movies.
Yeah.
All from different creators. Okay, one of them was co-wrote by one of the co-writers of the original. But most of
the same.
But most of the story was like polished by his son, who is a huge fan of the expanded universe.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Lawrence Kasdan and his son. I think it's John. I think. But all of these movies, even Rogue One, is kind of a fan fiction of Star Wars. If we're being honest. So I think that is something that's very logical on these types of sagas, because on superhero movies this doesn't happen because there's always the source material to adapt from.
The thing is, what do you think it's the most fan fictionist? Star Wars Rogue One or Star Wars Han Solo? What is the most, in the scale of 1 to 10?
From fan fiction.
Yeah. What is the most up in the scale of fan fiction?
which one is more fan fictionable?
Yeah.
Like, if you want
Yeah.
to, I don't think it's comparable. I don't think it's quantifiable. I think because fan fiction is very different. There are very different genres, very different approaches, and very different takes on fan fiction.
Yeah, tell me
And
about it.
yeah,
I still regret the time when I was a Harry Potter fan and discovered fan fiction.
bad idea.
Yeah.
But
Can I just name the names of the couples they write about?
yeah,
Just for
remind me.
So, first we had Harry and Draco Malfoy. Just to help it, transaction, all that.
Well, people say that opposite sides attract each other. So, yeah, maybe that's a love-hate relationship.
Then we had Harry and Hermione.
Sure, that's nice.
But that was until like the fourth, fifth book. It was what people were rooting for.
Yeah,
and then he
until
grabbed Ginny.
until we had confirmation that it wasn't going to happen.
No.
I think it was what people were. I'm not saying it rooting for, but
Yeah.
maybe expecting.
Yeah. Then we had Hermione and Draco Malfoy.
And again, love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
Very on double, because she's a mudblood and he isn't. Because she's one.
Look at the professional over here.
You do know I've read the books.
I know, I'm just
and I
kidding with
enjoyed
you.
the books.
Yeah,
Not the movies, but the
Yeah,
books.
yeah.
Yeah. And also, she's one of the good guys, and he is one of the bad guys. I'm a bad guy.
I'm a baddie.
Duh. You haven't seen this video and this music and the memes around this, haven't you?
No.
Boy, I'm going to tell you a story.
And
But you've heard of Billie Eilish, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
at least
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Boy, you're going for a ride.
Another couple was Hermione. Always Hermione. People had
I love how you say Hermione, like a
Hermione.
suit. Hermione.
Hermione. I always forget if it's Hermione or Hermione.
I think it's Hermione.
Hermione, yeah. Like Armani.
Hermione is like the suit.
Yeah. I'm hearing myself so I can actually hear myself. So
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
fun.
if I-
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the headphones, it's fun. You
fucked
are
up.
like self-conscious about what you say.
Yeah.
It's very fun and very degrading too.
I noticed
Kids
that
don't
I'm
do this.
speaking like slower today.
Yes, you are,
Because of the-
and lower.
Yeah, and lower.
But yeah, that actually like slows down your translation process. You know what you want to say,
but you're fucked.
but your translation processor is like slower.
And today you're faster.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
So the other couple in fanfiction was Hermione and Snape. Like inside school.
Are you sure that's a fan fiction or it's a porno?
Well, it depends who wrote it.
Like teacher poisons a student, gets banged, something like this.
Yeah. Some were written like just that process of love with no actual physical touch. Like, have you seen Big Mouth?
I have.
You know that
It's a great show.
It's
The best. It's the best show on Netflix.
Netflix right now.
Apart from BoJack Horseman
Or Happy.
or Happy.
I've
Happy
finished,
is very cool. Yeah,
I finished second season.
Happy. I haven't seen Happy like since the end of the first one. I think.
need to see the
But I need
second
to watch
one.
then. Yeah.
But I think some of the fictions were all written like sexually, but others were like just for the sexual attraction without
I think
corporeal.
I think that some people use fan fiction to escape reality, and not just that, but to vent their sexualities and their, like, they have like
Desires.
yeah. I think that's very positive. A lot of people are like criticizing people for writing that, but personally, I think that's I know. Thank you. But personally, I think that is. Jesus, I know. Calm down.
I'm doing your job today.
Yeah, you're doing my job. Yeah, but you're not getting paid.
Neither are you.
Neither am I. I think that is very
Send us, please, space credits.
space credits. But I think that's very positive for people to actually write that stuff.
Yeah.
Especially because there are so many portals on the internet for that, specifically for that. So I think that's positive, and it helps people like express themselves in a very artistical way.
Yeah.
And some people are like, what's the word? Well, fuck it. Some people don't have like the encouragement of their families and whatever.
Shy.
Not shy.
Okay. Got it.
Well, you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So I think that's a gateway for people to express themselves and feel free, especially free. So back to the question you asked me, which one is most fictionable? I think that it's not comparable, but I can tell you which one I would. If it was me writing, which one I would, and automatically tell you which one I prefer. I think that Rogue One is a better story. I think it's a better story. Also because Han Solo wasn't really a character that always echoed with me. I don't know if it was Harrison Ford's performance or something that puts me off. But personally, I think that Rogue One is a better story and also a better movie. That's it. I think I answered your question.
I understand.
Well, Solo has Woody Harrelson, which by itself is already a big plus. It has Chewbacca, which is also a big plus. And I also enjoyed very much the performances of the actors who do Han Solo and Lando.
Yeah.
But overall, it's always nice to see the Millennium Falcon. Yeah. But personally, again, I think that...
And the Millennium Falcon almost getting fucked by tight space.
Yeah. And one thing I
he
liked...
likes it tight.
One thing that I liked very much on Solo is how clean and new the Millennium Falcon was.
Shiny.
We never had seen the Millennium Falcon that clean, that new.
It was Lando's ship.
I know. That's
and
what.
And then it wasn't. So I imagine Lando being like the cleaning guy, and then Solo not.
Yeah.
Especially from
I think
where
that Lando
from.
Is the
Not
cosmetic. Is the cosmetic one, and Han Solo is like the practical one.
Yeah.
The ship needs to do what it's supposed to do instead of needs to look how I want it to look. It's like having a car, you know. It's like having a car.
I have one question because of the end of the movie. What do you think it happened to all those capes?
The capes on...
Yeah.
He kept them. I think he kept them.
Yeah, but the thing is, Han Solo won. He got the ship. Technically, he would get everything inside the ship. What about the fucking capes?
Well, Han Solo gets them at the end, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm imagining that two things. Maybe Lando took his capes off the ship.
Mm-hmm.
That's a possibility. Or Han just kept them.
Maybe Captain just for every time that Lando would visit, give a new present.
Yeah, but you know that the idea that I have is that between Solo and Empire Strikes Back, the idea that I have is that between these two dates, they haven't seen each other since. This is my
maybe not.
this is my my idea, because let's theorize here. This happens with the Empire already fully established.
Yeah.
So it's probably a good 5 to 10 years into the Empire. So Luke would be like 10, maybe, right? So it would be 8 years between Solo and A New Hope. A New Hope. So maybe
there's a map that tells the storyline.
Yeah, but I don't have the map right now.
So if
I
our math
think
is not correct,
and I think it's really not that important, because 10-year difference between Han Solo and Leia is perfectly acceptable.
yeah.
If Leia is 18 by A New Hope, I'm pretty sure Han Solo could be 28.
The thing is she
What?
18?
Yeah, it is, because it's established that they're both 18, I think. The twins, I think.
Fuck.
At least that's what I understand.
I
I think that's it.
No, I just wanted to theorize that. You know how all the characters, the princess characters, not many of them are like mature in the movies.
But they are. I think that Leia is the most mature character on the original trilogy.
Like, there's in the internet records of the actual age of the characters, the princess.
Oh, the actors.
No. The Disney princesses in the movies. Not many of them are above 18.
Yeah, but don't forget that this is Disney.
Yeah.
Since 2012 or something.
Yeah. So
A New Hope is like from 77 or something.
still, I'm just messing.
But I would say
messing
they're
around.
both 18.
Yeah, I'm just messing around for the sake of coffee talk.
But we are losing ourselves because there's a lot. Actually, there's a lot of stuff to talk today.
Yeah, let's.
So we're
pass.
30 minutes in. So I think that.
Oh, great. Well, we promised last week that this episode was going to be longer because next week you're not going to be here.
Oh,
remember that?
Yeah, but still, we still need time to discuss.
I know.
So
Mandalorian.
to wrap this up on the Game of Thrones guys,
we shall see. End of the story.
Yeah, we shall see.
End of the story.
People want to see what they do on Netflix. I don't. That's it. End of story. Mandalorian. Another trailer coming out.
And let me just comment this first.
Mm-hmm.
I liked when the first trailer was released. It was just images, and one guy talking.
Mm-hmm.
I like how this trailer events to many guys talk, and finally the Mandalorian talks.
Yeah? Good.
I like the progress development on the trailers.
Yeah?
know? Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first trailer was... I actually... To be fair, I think I prefer the first one to the second. And I'm going to tell you why. I think that the first one gives more of a... like an eerie and darker vibe when compared to this second one. I think it's more mysterious, and I like when trailers are like mysterious. Still,
Rey Mysterio.
Still, on this trailer, what I liked, what I enjoyed, the Mandalorian speaking, yes. Also, the droid army, so cool, so good, so nice to see them.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing?
Just trying something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the droid army, so good, so refreshing. What I also enjoyed, armor doing their damn job.
Yeah, I noticed too.
That's it. Like, armor is there to protect yourself.
But to be respectful to Stormtrooper with...
Yeah, Stormtroopers still die on the first shot. Yeah.
No, the thing is...
Oh, and Stormtroopers actually hit something.
Yeah. But it then failed at the same way, so
but it's an improvement. They hit.
They hit, but it didn't do their job.
Because he's a fucking Mandalorian.
No, the thing is, canonly, as you know, but I'm saying this for the people who don't know it, the Mandalorian armor has a special metal type that is only available on the planet of Mandalore, and the armors are reused for generations and generations.
It's designed to stop a lightsaber, basically.
No, stop.
And lightsabers. The Mandalorian armor is actually prepared to withstand like lightsabers. They don't fully protect you, but you don't get killed.
That I don't know.
But yeah, they basically just deplete the every blaster fire.
Yeah.
I think that maybe the only blaster fire that would
penetrate
not penetrate, but actually make some damage would be like a Wookiee bowcaster or something, because it's
canon from the game.
and it's hell powerful. It like shoots a guy 10 to 15 meters behind.
So it's not the damage of piercing for the armor. It's just the blast of energy impulsing the person.
I think
away.
that the blast itself would be piercing, would be armor piercing, but still, again, this is theorizing.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy that shoulder plating actually doing its goddamn job. What I like,
it's like those guys who
yeah, it would be fun, like to see him do like this.
Yeah, scrubbing the dust off the
would be
the
very
hard plate.
would be very cool. More, again, that Imperial commander, so good. The guy from Better Call Saul, who was also in Breaking Bad. When Werner Herzog's character says, "Mandalorian, look outside, they're waiting for you," and like the Mandalorian says, "Yeah, good." So that was like a touch of gold in something that was already. Yeah, I forgot. Sorry, there was like a touch of gold in a already very golden trailer. And I personally cannot wait for this show. I actually couldn't be more excited. I can't even be excited for The Rise of Skywalker
until you see this show.
Because this literally comes before.
Yeah.
Comes like a month before.
Actually, it's this month.
No, it comes a month before. A whole month before The Rise of Skywalker. So, yeah, I'm just bring it.
Activate the Hulk.
Jesus.
Hulk C.
I need to see this.
Mandalorian smash. Oh God.
Okay. Share your thoughts with me, please.
Thing is, I saw the trailer. I loved the trailer. I need to see the trailer again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
No, the thing is, I'm trying to pinpoint things that crossed my mind, but when I saw it, I was at the lunch break at my
When
job.
you spoke about the trailer,
Yeah.
you mentioned like a lightsaber noise,
Oh yeah.
and I went
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
went to
thank you.
look for it,
Yeah.
and I don't think that it is. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think it's like a sound effect from the music, because
okay.
if you're hearing with the headphones,
Yeah.
it's not noticeable. But
okay.
if you're hearing on a speaker,
Yeah.
it's noticeable. So
Okay.
I think that
not a lightsaber.
it's not a lightsaber. It's
But
like
it would be nice.
it's a little sound effect from the
Just
music.
What we're talking about is when the Mandalorian appears and the commander officer is speaking to him. Is your people have suffered.
Yeah,
And for those who know
it's
the
a
canon
shame
story,
what your people have suffered. Yeah,
for those who know this canon story, it's the Mandalorian Wars inside of the Clone Wars when Darth Maul.
and the part where the droid army shows up very briefly, my dad. I believe that it's from like a flashback.
Raja.
It's not like a direct storyline image. It's like a flashback.
Well, since this happens like 5 years, I think, after
The fall of the Empire.
Oh yeah,
This is 5 years after the Battle of Jakku, I think.
yeah.
So basically, and
Where I was going
there
is
was a
another-
guy
yeah.
there was a guy asking me, if where is this taking place? When is this taking place? And I was like, 5 years after Return of the Jedi. I couldn't say Battle of Jakku
Yeah.
because he wouldn't understand. This is 5 years after the Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, after the Empire fell. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why is the Empire there? I was like, dude, you do know that empires don't just fall like that. They are no longer the establishment, but they still exist. You do know that the Empire gives birth to the First Order. What? Dude, what the fuck? I wasn't like mocking him or something. I wasn't,
Yeah.
but I was like, dude, this is Star Wars 101.
Beside that, it's story 101.
And I was like, but yeah, okay. But why is the Empire there? And I was like, dude,
Think about it.
they're probably like warlords. The Empire lived on order. The Empire had commanders and stormtroopers to keep order. So there was like martial law and stuff. So now that there's no Empire, they're probably like warlords. Like
I still command this shit.
like in the Middle Ages with the feudal systems. You know, the king, there was a king, then there were warlords, you know. Oh, yeah, the guy was Spanish. Oh, sí, sí, sí. Sí, 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 ya entiendo yo. All right, good. Good, bro. Good. Nice talk. Go work.
Pumping the bat.
Yeah, but no. It was a figure of speech.
Yeah.
But I was like, bro, come on. Dude. But I think he understood.
Yeah.
Then I explained to him what the Battle of Jakku was. And que bien. Good. Nice talking, sport.
I want to go visit your job place just to see you tell about Star Wars to the Spanish community.
It's not a daily basis.
Yeah,
It's
but
something that happens like once a year or something.
Yeah.
And it's 11 o'clock for people to know. But yeah, tell me about the trailer.
No, but what I was talking is when I saw it, I didn't saw the trailer with headphones. So when he said your people have suffered, blah blah blah.
Yeah, there's like a
Yeah, it almost sounded like a lightsaber effect, which would be perfect because the 7th season of Clone Wars, like perfect. I think it would be just a little touch that would be nice. And the sound actually appear on the episode, like just a flashback, you know? Just flashback sound to the images and the memories and all the confusion.
The confusion.
The confusion inside of war.
But
War is a terrible business.
it's nice to actually see what they're going for with this show. It's actually becoming noticeable. It's going to be a darker show compared to the movies.
Good. We need darker shows in Star Wars.
And I also noticed that they are being very careful about the way that this would tie in to the main Star Wars timeline.
Yeah.
And there was something there was something else I wanted to say, but
Then sing with me.
I forgot.
Well, I think it would. I thought for a second you were going to sing with me.
But if I forgot, it probably wasn't important. I think. Yeah, well, it probably was important.
I like the moments where he looks like more friendly.
Yeah. That's that part where
But at the
he
same
is
time,
thanking
Yeah.
Gina Carano's character.
but
I forgot her name.
yeah,
And there's also that wholesome moment where he looks like he's letting someone lift his helmet. It's nice. It's a nice
Yeah.
touch to see like a human side to
the Mandalorian.
the Mandalorian, but always without letting the armor coming out. It's a nice touch. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
That's it.
But I've what I was gonna say, I like partially I like the big happy moments where oh yeah, bump fists for buddies, yeah, like those joke moments inside of American movie about high school,
like Predator, where basically
yeah.
And I think that the black guy from that scene is actually the same one from The Mandalorian, Carl Weathers. It's the guy from Predator.
And also think it's sad to witness happy moments, because I really wanted this show to be dark as fuck. You know?
I think that if you want like a show to be an emotional roller coaster, I think that you need to have
Happy moments and
happy
sad
moments in the middle of a dark show. Like, for instance, picture the Joker. Okay?
Yeah.
The Joker is dark as fuck.
Yeah.
It's dark as fuck. But in the middle of it, there are still happy
Comedy moments.
happy and wholesome moments.
Yeah.
Like when he's on the bus playing with that little girl. When he's on the stairs dancing. Like, there's happy moments. There are moments where he actually smiles and almost lifts the mood
Yeah.
of the viewer. So maybe this is where they are trying to go with the Mandalorian.
Maybe.
On a different
Well, it's Star Wars.
on a different way.
If you remember, Rebels had sad moments and happy moments and sad moments and happy moments.
But
and
I
happy
don't think that
moments and happy
Rebels-
moments and sad moments and happy moments.
I don't think Rebels was
The
as
same type.
emotional
Yeah,
as, like, for instance, the Clone Wars.
yeah. Just like more for the end.
The Clone Wars was obviously the better show. Yeah. Even the worst episodes of the Clone Wars are as good as the best ones from Rebels, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that Rebels is a bad show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying. I think that comparing it would be a downgrade. But yeah, towards the end, the show was very much better. Yes, yes. Rebels was a better show than it was in the beginning. Yeah.
It was like a progressive development and growth to match with the main character.
Maybe, yeah. If you consider the main character to be Kanan, if you consider it to be Ezra, I would have to disagree.
Mm.
But this is just my opinion.
Mm. Okay. That's it for the trailer.
I don't know if you have anything else to add. I can discuss something more if you have anything.
I'm like, I slept very bad last night, so
You're still mind-boggling.
yeah, yeah. My it's like I'm trying to process my mind to remember the trailer. Like, do you know when the what's the name in English? The gears.
Gears, yeah.
You know when the gear wheel is like jamming and they don't move?
Mm-hmm.
That's my brain today.
Oh, okay. Isn't it like it always is?
No. Trust me.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. You're your master's. Your brain is master. Or whatever.
Am I?
Also,
Was this the Emperor?
that's not the emperor.
Okay.
Kudos for trying though. But that there is another.
That's a reference.
Of course, it's a reference. It's a Star Wars show. God damn it! It's a Star Wars podcast. God damn it!
Let's move.
Yeah, I tried to. Fallen Order.
Oh.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Don't forget, it's coming out this month. Next week, to be.
I haven't bought it yet. Oh.
Me neither have I.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to
buy it on the day.
No, I'm probably going to pre-order it like tomorrow
Yeah.
or something, or Tuesday. And then on the day, hello, I'm here to buy Jedi Fallen Order.
Ah.
One copy, please. They were like, yeah, have it.
Yeah.
There's like a final trailer also. So if you haven't seen it, you should.
With extra scenes with the sixth sister or whatever.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yes.
Okay. I think I saw it, the mini version on Instagram.
It's like a 1 minute trailer or something.
Yeah,
It's
so
like
Instagram.
it's not like Death Stranding, which is like 10 minutes of trailer.
But that's...
It's like a
I mean, that guy does
Kojima,
games.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kojima, yeah.
does shit.
I was like, I'm very curious to see this game.
Death Stranding.
I wanted to buy Death Stranding,
But
I was like, as time went by, I was like, yeah. I started to lose my interest, and now I'm at the point. I'm not going to pre-order. I'm not going to buy it at launch. I will wait
until it costs
for a
20 euros.
for a sale. No, not 20, but I'm going to wait for a sale. Maybe I can find it like on Amazon for 40 or 45 or something.
There's currently a sale on PlayStation Store for those who have PlayStation Plus as double discount that normal people have.
Until the 22nd of November.
Yeah,
And there are some interesting games, I might tell you.
Yeah,
there are some interesting
saw
games.
I saw an RPG that
Are we going to do the recommendations already?
No. I'm just gonna comment that I refound a game that I found years ago. I think they're made by Atlas. Atlas is like one of the greatest nowadays companies for RPGs, especially turn-based RPGs.
Yeah, we could
Um,
go. We could put this into the recommendations and go
Yeah.
for it because I don't
Yeah.
think there is anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, there are no comics news at least I've seen.
On Star Wars related, at least I don't.
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
still
seen
need
it.
to read the Castle, Vader's Castle. Like I said, I planned to do it this week because of Halloween, but so much job.
Well, there's no episode land next week, so
Yeah,
I guess that would be a good time to start. Especially because when the next episode comes out, we will probably already have the first episode for The Mandalorian. It's on the 12th.
no, it's 23.
No, it's on the 12th.
Oh shit.
So next week there isn't. So on the other,
But
there's the first episode already.
Just talking about Fallen Order, I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy it.
Why?
Money reasons.
When you talk like that, it's like, yeah, I don't want it.
No, it is. First of all, it's money reasons. Second of all, it's a small trauma with Kingdom Hearts 3. It was the first time I bought a game out of lunch. Like, it came out, yeah, I'm running to buy it. And then, shit, it's not the end of the story.
Why wouldn't this be the end of the story?
No, it's not related, but it's a trauma related to buying games on the day they're released.
Huh.
It's a stupid trauma, but
Well, to be fair, every game I bought on release hasn't disappointed me.
hasn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Red Dead.
No, I mean I liked
Star
Final
Wars.
Fantasy. I am Final Fantasy. Kingdom Hearts 3. I liked it, but I didn't felt disappointed by Kingdom Hearts 3, but it was just what I associated with the game to be the end of the game of this trilogy, and then it wasn't. Just that. I wasn't disappointed by the game. I was just disappointed by the fact it was supposed to be the end. It was just the end of a part of the storyline. Just that. But mostly money reasons. I'll decide during the week.
Well, every game I bought on launch hasn't disappointed.
Yeah.
So, Red Dead, Battlefront, even the last Need for Speed,
Mm-hmm.
even Just Cause, who had a lot of problems.
I'll probably will be the bastard who is going to wait for you to buy the game, pass the game, and then ask you to borrow the game.
And I was like, no, go buy it. Simple enough. Because
Aww.
I will want to play it over and over again, I'm probably sure.
Aww. That's sad.
That's life, bro. That's life.
Always look on the dark side of life.
Still.
Yeah.
Recommendations.
Recommendations.
I went to see Adam's Family.
Yeah.
It's short.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Yeah.
But it's not amazing. It's not groundbreaking. Okay.
Yeah. It's funny.
It's one of those movies where critics are going to criticize it a lot, and are going to rate it low.
Yeah.
But I think that people who will see this movie will
Enjoy it.
enjoy it very much, because it's the animations are incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Even the lighting effects and all that. The animation is incredible. The voice cast is off the chart.
Yeah.
The guy that plays Poe Dameron
Mm.
is the voice of Gomez.
Huh.
Yeah.
Who's Morticia?
It's Charlize Theron.
Oh.
The guy that plays Poe Dameron is the voice of Gomez. Yeah. Who's Morticia? It's Charlize Theron. 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 It's You've seen Hancock,
I think so.
that movie with Will Smith.
Yeah.
It's the girl, the blonde one.
Okay.
And well, the voice cast is really really good, and there's a lot of references to other horror movies
That's good.
and stuff. I can give you this as a spoiler. There is a part where there's like a red balloon, and Morticia says, strange. There's usually a murderous clown attached to the end of it." So yeah, I'm trying to sell you. I'm trying to sell you the movie.
I think there are a lot of movies recently who are grabbing the formula of scary movie, but since scary movies stopped being produced,
Yeah,
they're grabbing these little moments for that.
but
Like in recent Netflix show Daybreak, my best friend told me that it has a lot of jokes related to horror movies. You have the trailer for The Birds of Prey, who starts with the balloons and Harley Quinn.
with the music, yeah.
Yeah, and Harley Quinn say, "I'm tired of clowns." Now you're telling me this. It's funny.
Yeah,
it's funny.
It's very good. It's very cool. I love the way they introduce the characters.
Mhm.
Like the movie starts 13 years ago. The
Hmm.
movie started 13 years ago, and it explains how they got their mansion, what they did to the mansion. It's great. It's like an origin story.
Yeah.
It's
Because you have the show, and then you have the movies. It's all they already have the mansion.
this
and
is
all
like
that.
an effort to
Yeah.
bring Adam's family back. And the idea that I have is that the Adams family is not as popular in the United States as it is like in Europe,
Mhm.
for instance. I think it's
the
one of the
Victorian style.
I think it's something that it's way more popular here than is there.
Yeah.
And this is like an attempt to bring
The Adams
the Adams family back.
Da-da-da-da-da.
I don't know. It has the
Da-da-da-da.
music. It has that music.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
Snoop Dogg is in the movie. It's Cousin It. Snoop Dogg plays Cousin It. There, another way to sell you this movie. So you can see where I'm going, where I'm going with this.
Yeah. God damn.
So yeah, if you want to like spin because the movie, like I said, it's not very long. You won't lose
interest.
a lot of time of your day with
Yeah.
it, but I think that you would be leaving the movie with a smile on your face.
Yeah.
This was my recommendation.
Now remember what was I talking about before we interrupted and then jumped to
Oh yeah, PlayStation double discounts
double discounts. Thank you.
until the 22nd of November.
Exactly. There's a game. If I recall, the title is The Witch and the Dead Knight. Something. It's like two parts of a RPG. They have the remake version of the first because it was only released like in smaller platforms, and then you have the second. And I think at least the style is either made by the guys of Atlas or by the guys who made this guy, which I think are the same, but whatever. I remember to play this game made by Atlas. Like most of the RPG I played for Nintendo, Game Boy and Game Boy Advance and all that. And Nintendo DS, the most turn-based RPG I liked were made by Atlas. And there were like these. It's not a trilogy. It's this series of games with always the same title, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like Final Fantasy, you know. They were really simple. They didn't have a lot of story, but it was like you enter in a dungeon, and the dungeon has several levels, and you have to explore it. And the funny thing was, you didn't add the map. You drew the map.
Oh, that's nice.
Like, it grabbed in the properties of Nintendo DS. And on the first, you would like walk and choose turn right, turn left, turn forward, going back, blah, blah, blah. And the bottom, you had to draw the map to remember the map.
Nice. That's nice.
It was like, it grabbed the old experience of Dungeons and Dragons, where only the DM had the map in front of him behind the Dungeon Master cover, and the players had like, so we moved two forward, and then we turn left, and then turn right, and do the spinning around.
Yeah.
What was it? What's the music? Jump to the left, and jump to the right, and then it's the music on Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Can't remember.
Yeah, just go. Fans, go listen to the music. I have the music on my mind, but I cannot sing it well. Story of my life.
Yeah. Usual. That's it.
No,
No?
I had more. The games are going to be released on PlayStation Plus
This month.
this month. Nihon.
Yeah.
So, less one game that I have to buy. What was the other one? I don't remember. It was Nihon.
Don't know. I think it's Darksiders. I think. I can't remember.
I don't think so. Darksiders 3 was already. If it was Darksiders to match it up, I would have remembered. I don't think it was.
Then I don't know. I can't
Yeah.
remember.
So you have Nihon and a game.
And another. Yeah. And another one.
And the other one.
Yeah.
The forgotten silly Billy cousin of the month's games.
Yeah. Seriously, I can't remember which game it is. I can't really remember.
Yeah, but they don't usually give to same genre games. Genre.
But I think it is this month. I think it is.
I think it is. You think it is?
Um,
So you have been, while searching, you've been playing Frantics.
Sometimes.
What do you think of it? It's funny?
It's cool. It's good.
Funny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good family game.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Outlast.
Ah!
Neo and Outlast.
Yeah, the horror movie.
Yeah.
Horror movie.
An RPG, and Outlast 2. Outlast 2.
It's the second one, not the first
It's
one?
the second one, apparently.
Huh.
At least that's what it says here. Outlast 2. Now.
All right, so we just have to wait
The more you know.
a week to see what's the extra game.
Yeah, there's supposedly an extra game.
Yeah, always.
No, not always.
Not always?
Last month there wasn't. And on the other, I don't think there wasn't
Yes,
either.
there was. I told you it was like the game of Battle of Wizards. Like mini series of mini games for many players to play at the same time.
Can't remember.
Yeah. I told you that I tried, but it wasn't really my thing because of some of the angles I didn't like inside of the game. So, fuck it.
Can't remember.
It's a good game. I'm not trying to, especially because when there's an extra game, it's done by smaller companies.
Yeah.
And
It's an indie game.
yeah, the intention is there. It's just not the type of game for me. Just that's what I want to say to clarify, because I don't like to push down indie companies.
The more you know.
The more you know.
So,
I've been playing No Man's Sky.
yeah.
I'm liking it.
Good.
It's weird.
Good.
Doesn't have really a story.
Yeah. Good.
I'm exploring a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I found some... Here's the thing. The game generates maps, right?
I don't
Like,
know. You tell me.
The game is supposed to... Every time you go to a new planet, the game creates a new planet for the server. And it mismatches all the things, the creatures and the flora, and the mismatches the things of the flora and all that. And I found like this pillar who creates a portal, and I think it was a nice reference to Stargate, because to activate every symbol, you add symbols to activate, then you add dregs and all that. You have to give materials to activate those symbols. But I found it funny. It was like really a circle with the symbols. It was like, yeah, this is copy from fucking Stargate. But the activation stone was inside of a mountain, so I have to cave in to activate it. It's good to have all these things there, and always not the same. It's not going to be the same experience for all of them, but the mismatch of the generic generation numbers and codes and all that is crazy bonkers.
They had to do something.
I'm like the game. The first the planet where I start was radioactive. The second one is more casual, chill. The only radiation I have is when it rains.
Oh, that's an upgrade.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Yeah, thank you. I think that's it for recommendations. I think I'm going to see Maleficent, but then I'll tell you, I know it's not your type of shit.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not my type.
Yeah.
It's not my genre.
And I think that's it.
It's a Disney movie, so it's automatically not my genre.
Yeah. Well, but nowadays Star Wars is a Disney movie.
It's not a Disney movie.
Yes,
to be honest.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It does say Disney in the beginning, but it's not.
We have commented that episode 8 has like a lot of Disney moments.
Yeah, it actually does.
Yeah.
That's why it's not. It's not my favorite. It's not. That's why it's like halfway up the list.
Yeah.
Not top of the list.
Yeah.
To be fair, Force Awakens is not on top of my list either.
Okay.
It's above The Last Jedi. Because of reasons.
Yeah, Disney reasons.
That I already explained.
But yeah, let's wrap this
So,
up.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
See you in 2 weeks, because next week there's no episode.
I'm going to gain full access and release a 2-hour long episode of me just talking like this. Or not.
Poor people. But yeah, thank you so much. 2 weeks time, we will have probably the review for the first episode of The Mandalorian.
Yep.
Like the Mandalorian podcast or something.
Mandalorian.
So yeah, thank you so much for listening to us.
But just to end, do you have any information if The Mandalorian is going to be released like episode by episode by episode? Okay.
Episode by episode.
I was going to ask, it was going to be with the HBO formula or with the Netflix formula?
No, it's episode by episode.
Okay.
1 week, 1 episode.
Okay.
You cannot just sit down and binge watch it.
Shit.
So
now
that's
I have a job, so thank you.
that's the way, and that's the way they want to get a hold on the clients.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. If you can just binge watch the show, imagine that you just want to see that. You pay for a month and then...
Oh, and they released a trailer for The Lady and the Trump.
I know.
Live action.
I specifically steered away from it.
And for it's not going to be released on the theaters. It's going to be on Disney Plus.
Good, because it's horrible.
Let's go see it.
No, it's horrible.
Yes. Let's go do those guys who watch horror movies.
I will see it if I'm drunk.
Challenge accepted.
Okay.
I just have to talk with your girlfriend to get you drunk.
Or
Actually, does she want to watch that movie or not?
probably not.
Ah, okay.
I don't want to, so she doesn't want to. It's kind of like this.
Not always.
It is. It
Not
is.
always.
Yeah.
Not always.
Yes, it is.
No, it
Okay. Well, she went to see The Predator with me, but that's because I went to see Fantastic Beasts with her
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah. Twice.
Yeah, one the first one and one the second one.
Yes.
Still twice.
Yes.
But yeah, thank you
That's
so
it.
much for listening to us. We will see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And may the force be with you.
May the force be with you.